Capital. Up here. Yeah, so as I was saying that, so my name is Erick Yong. I'm CEO and co-founder of Capital. We exist now for 7 years, and we are focusing on investing in early stage tech-enabled companies in Africa. So we have people in Germany and in Africa, meaning that we have so we have people in Nigeria, we have people in Senegal, and we have people in Kenya. So as I was saying, that we usually invest in tech-enabled companies. Because we're doing that now for a certain time, we realize that as investors, we have a lot of challenges with engaging with the companies because often they don't have their information that are structured, and then we also don't have enough view in terms of how they connect to the ecosystem. And we realized that it was consistent among the different investors. So we decided to help build a digital platform, centralized platform to help entrepreneurs structure the data, and give them also the possibilities to engage with other investors across the globe that will be looking for African startup. So we would like to help and support other investors to get access to good startups, and that's why we design and build Axum. So I think that since we're not so much, we don't have so much people, I would be interested to know if people could just quickly also introduce themselves, tell me what they're doing, what kind of sectors, so that I can have a better view in terms of who you are. Is it okay?
Yes, that's perfect. Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good, thank you. My name is Mahlodi. Pardon me, I just can't put my camera on at the moment.
No problem.
But I am the founder of a mental wellness platform that works to destigmatize mental health in African communities. And essentially, we do this through an app that works to create a digital marketplace that connects users to therapists across the continent. Starting with South Africa, and obviously as we grow, we'll expand to different countries on the continent. We are currently we're about a week or so from launching the platform. We just had to currently consult with our legal counsel to ensure that we are basically data compliant according to the new Papaya Act that was enforced. So just making sure that all of those technicalities are taken care of. But essentially, that's what we are working to accomplish.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe Shine?
Hello. My name is Shine. I'm the CEO and founder of a startup called Untitled Chapter. Untitled is a financial technology startup which is headquartered here in Botswana. We normally use cutting-edge technology so that we can innovate solutions in the space of payments, commerce, and banking. Currently, we have a flagship product which is called the Bachi mobile app, where basically we assist small businesses in Africa to get easy access to credit from different financial service institutions.
Okay, great. Thank you, Shine. And then now we have Abang, I think.
Good morning. I'm Arabam from OneGig. We're a freelance marketplace that connects skilled African talent to paying global gigs.
Okay. Nice. Thank you for taking the time today. I think that we also have Richmond who joined us.
Hello, my name is Richmond, and I am the CEO and founder of Bank Division. It is a gaming and animation company with the sole goal of spreading African culture and the African story to the world. We're currently developing a mobile game, as well as 3 other animations for children and 1 for the mature audience. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, great. So thank you for taking the time. So the idea about the call that we have, we could see with to really see how we can show you how you can have access to more investors and how you can engage and structure information to engage with them more easily. So this is what I'm going to try to present to you today. So what I'll do is that I'll start by sharing my screen. Okay. I turn my camera off, so there is no, probably you get a better quality in terms of the image as well. So what I propose is that I will show you how the platform works, explain you what the platform is doing. I know that Botswana Hub is already on the platform, and I will show you how you can connect with Botswana Hub so that people can find you more easily, and the investor can be more engaging with you because they trust the hub you've been working with. So I will start by sharing my screen. And if you have any question, just let me know. Okay. 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 I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Okay, super. Thank you. So, as I was saying that, Axum is a digital platform. It's kind of we went to the like a digital map, I will say, because one of the things that we realize is that when you are a startup and you're trying to engage with other investors, if there's an investor which is local investor next to you, he knows you. So he's basically in capacity to understand and assess your information. But when the investors is away, so if the investor is not in Botswana, then it becomes much more complicated for him to understand what you're doing, how you're doing that. And therefore we create a solutions where we cross all the different informations in order to help the startup to look more credible and more attractive to the different investors that will be on the platform. So the first thing that's the first thing. That's the first things to know. And in the same time, what we're also trying to do is to give startup the tools to be able to engage from A to Z, let's say, with investors and reduce the time to get access to the capital. So first of all, I will show you then now how is the journey of a startup. Okay, I'll take an example here. So when you want to register, so you have to go to the sign up. Okay, so let me just go to the. So you have to go here to the sign up. You'll put your name, password, and then after you will receive a code. I will not do that. I will not do that here, but you will receive a code, and then you will have the possibility to then register. Okay, you have to register as a company because on the platform you have investors, company, and enablers, which are the 3 stakeholders that are on the platform. Enablers representing the hub, accelerators, and organizations that are support development agency, development program. So basically, when you register, you have to enter your information. First, I will show you basically how you build your profile. So you'll come here, and when you register, you'll have to put the name of your company, the year of your company. It's a little bit like a call for application. So I think it's that simple, that call for application. So we're looking at with the founder, with the type of companies, etc., jurisdictions, sectors, target countries, addressable market, type of competitors, email, etc., etc. So every time you have to complete all those different elements. When you have a plus like this, you have to complete here, like, and then you have to click on the plus so that the system sees it. And then after you go to the next. If you don't do that, then the system will not read that you've actually wrote something. Yeah. So then you put your problem statement, processes and services, business model, financial strategy, impact, and then your like certificate of incorporation, because of course an investor wants to invest within a company, so we need to be sure that you are a company. And then after, you have to sign the term and conditions. When you've done that, you'll be validated by the system. So you'll be validated. It can maybe take like can be between 30 minutes to 24 hours to be validated, and then you enter into the platform. Into the platform, what you'll have, you'll see, so there's already 58 investors that are on the platform, 67 support organization, so development program or accelerator or incubator, and you have already 206 other companies also on the platform. What you also have here is that Axum is not only what you see here on the platform, but it's also because there's several online events that are organized by the community of Axum. So I can try to see how to share with you the link so that you can join the Axum community and you can know what's happening in the different event. And you have event about investment readiness, etc. So all those events are for free, okay? But you also have in that part, in terms of upcoming event, if there is an organization who are proposing a grant or a free interest loan or any kind of financing. So here for the moment, we have just a future event, but here you will also have then the different financing offer that you can, and where you have the possibility to apply. You also see the different enablers that are in your region, okay? And you also, that you can follow those different enablers. How you can see Africa was already there, okay? So all the information that you put on your company, okay, will be restructured in a format that is easier to be read by investors. That will be the first format. And this will be the format like the teaser, what we call the teaser, where you have a kind of very synthetic view in terms of your numbers, problem solutions, what you're looking for, and descriptions. So I'll pause for now, and I just want to know if everything is clear for the moment.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so so this is the fact is that you, as you notice, you have put more information, meaning that you have different level of information. So you have another level where you have the pitch deck and the fact sheet. The fact sheet are also the other information that you put in the system, which are also restructured in a format where investor will be able to read it very easily. So company allied, problem statement, and the system will do that automatically. You have process and services, business model, USP, financial strategy overview, and impact. So that would be the fact sheet. But this part will not be visible to the investors unless you allow him to, meaning that you have your own space. You have your own space with a security system that stops any investors to enter into your data and your information if you don't agree. But it's also the advantage is that when an investor sees the teaser, if you want to have want to know more, he has to basically tell you who he is, so that you can allow him to have access to more data, which allow you to create your own investor base and group. You also have the data room. So a data room which is already pre-structured. As I was mentioning, we noticed that for investors, it's sometimes difficult to engage because they don't have access to clear structure for the information. So we are helping the companies by providing a structure. And here you can basically just add files. Okay, you can decide to add files here. You go and then you can add any element here. You can create new folder if you want to. Okay, but we already pre-created some folder that are quite standard in it, or you can remove the folder, of course. So you have your own data room that you can build over the time. And then you also have a reporting room that allows you to basically put any report that you want to make and make it available to investor you would like to engage with. So all those are to the next layer of security to allow you to engage with investors. As you can see here, we have created what we call the verifiability contributor. What is the verifiability contributor? It's basically the different organizations that have contracted with you in the past and that have shown trust in you. Meaning that could be an accelerator, an incubator, could be an investors. And all this is a proof that somebody has trust in your information, in your data. And we try to make that visible so that people that are not in Botswana, even if they engage with you, they have a third-party validation, soft validation, I would say. So how to get a verifiability contributor? It's quite easy. You need to just go to manage Axum score. It works a little bit like LinkedIn. And then you look at an organization you've been working with, like here, Untitled.Africa. And then you say, okay, I want them to support me, to endorse me. So you just put the year, you can put the year where you've been into the program, the months, okay? And then you can say the date where the program started. And then you have to define if they give you money or they support you. Okay, so it goes for supported. And if when they supported you was cash or in kind. Based on this, the system will calculate and aggregate a score. And when you submit it, this information is sent to Untitled.Africa, who has to confirm that you were actually in the program. From the moment they confirm, this is the moment where you will appear here in the Untitled.Africa will appear here as contributor, which will be very helpful when investors look at you. So this is not yet updated, but you also have the possibility to see investors that came into your page. You can share messaging. Okay, you can share every request that I received, investment request, program, invitation, data access request, investment proposal. Everything is done digitally. Okay, and of course you can invite other investor or enabler or companies to join the platform. So this is for the company. It's quite straightforward. It allows you to digitalize and structure your process to be able to use it several times in different kind of investors. Do you have any questions for this first part?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, then so what I'll do, I'll show you now the other perspective from the investors, meaning that what the other investors are seeing. So the process for the investors is also the same. As investors, you up here. Okay, as an investors, basically, I will come into the platform, registers. Okay, here. Okay, so. As investor, I also have you have to understand that investor, we ask investor the same thing. So we ask them to complete their profile, okay? We ask them to complete their profile with here, the name, etc., what they're looking for, so that we can make easily a matching with you, okay? What their portfolio is, and they can have several portfolio. And also a KYC, a certificate of incorporation, or an ID card. Why? Because as much as we ask the company to be transparent in the name, to check the identity, we also ask the investor to be the same. So like this, when an investor comes to you and say, hey, I would like to talk to you and I want to engage, you know that it's really the person in front of you who's talking like this, and is that someone who just say that he's an investor and and you don't know. So basically, as investors, you also have access to the different opportunity investor masterclass. And as an example, those masterclass are things that we're doing with Accelerator. So we could do one with Gona and invite you and others. So, and then as an investor, of course, I will look at the different company matching my profile. So if your information is as accurate as possible, then you'll be matched immediately with the investor looking at those kind of at your kind of companies. So investor can make search, okay, can search for different company. And let's say that I take this company we just registered, okay, I say I found it interesting. So I can filter for different things, but now I find this one, okay. As an investor, what I can do is that I can basically have a look to I can basically have a look at your teaser, okay? I can understand what you're doing, okay? But if now I want to have access to your fact sheet, I cannot. I need to request an access. So because there's too many situations where an investor say, oh, it could be interesting, and he dig, and you never know, and you don't have the chance to actually defend your position and get the opportunity. Here, if the investor wants to know more, he has to contact you. He has to say, here, my name is X, I'm this investors, and you know that because you're on the system, this is correct. And then you will have the possibility to send you messages. And if you give him access, you can give him access to the data room and reporting room. That will be your decision. As you can see, this company has no contributors, but the way what could happen is then to say, okay, we're going to look at. So here we have a lot of new companies. Yeah, so I'll take, for example, this company. Okay, so also it's a new company. Okay, here, so I'll do it differently. So basically, an investor can have this view of search, but they can also have the search related to the interconnections, meaning that they can see all companies that are already connected with their ecosystem, you see? So for example, they will say this company and say, okay, this company is already connected with their ecosystem. And then they will say, okay, I have the possibility to go to this company, check. And then I say, oh, I see that there is a program, okay, that was interesting for this company. And then they can go here, they look at the program, what it is, okay. And then after they look at the different company, meaning that investor can find you either because they're looking at the category of product or services, or because they have identified the hub in Botswana, and now they say, okay, I want to see what kind of company are in there. Maybe there's a company that I would like to invest into. So that's the search. Investor have their own deal flow, so they can engage with different companies at the same time. Everything they do on the platform is automated. So if, for example, they say, okay, they like, like the shortlist Coventi, okay, Coventi will appear much in the shortlist, etc., etc. And when they will ask access, every time they have access, they will know. The funnel will allow them to follow you. So it makes the interaction with the investor with you quite easy, I have to say. Now let's assume that you, as you can see, when you did not give the access to investors, basically you cannot do that much. You can only send you a message. Now, if I look at the companies where we already have the access as an investor, okay, as an investor, this company has already given me access. I see that they're working with different organizations, okay. I see the information about the market, the problem, I'm interested, okay. I have access to the fact sheet, okay. But I also have access to the data room that the company gave me. When they give me access to the data room, I can go and I can see the different information. So you don't have any more to package everything, etc., and send and not knowing where you send what. Everything you have here, you have a data room, and then you can send to your investors that I will update it progressively, and you can have a look while you're doing that. So as as an investor, I get from you an access. What happened as well is that I have now the possibility, once I have access to the data, I have the possibility to make you an offer. So I can make you whatever offer here, and I can make a proposal. I will say then, okay, I'll make an investment, and I will tell you, okay, this is convertible note, this is the safe, this is a share purchase agreement structure that I will use. You will have access to it as well. And then this is the valuation that I think makes sense. And then how much they want to invest. So that's basically what they're going to be able to do, and they will send it to you all digitally. If it happens that you're not okay with the proposal, you can basically send the fact that you're not okay, signal the fact that you're not okay, and enter in a digital interaction and discussions. Okay, so this will allow basically to reduce the time of investment for the investors. So the investor will have access to the portfolio, the profile, the messaging. So you cannot message an investor without him opening the channel. So that's important to know. And then after you have so different notification, etc., that can be used as well. So this is in a nutshell what is Axum. So first of all, I'll be happy to take some questions and see what will make sense for you, what you find challenging, and if you understand the question and the benefit of being connected to your ecosystem. So who wants to jump first? Hello?
Hi, Eric. Thanks a lot for that presentation.
Mm-hmm.
I know most of these guys are actually raising pre-seed. So most of them are actually pre-seed. So
so if they are all pre-seed, then they will have, when they register, they will look at, they can decide in terms of, they can just decide that they pre-seed, and all investors that are pre-seed will see them. And if another investor wants to change, he has the possibility also to look at here and say, okay, pre-seed, I want to know what's happening. So this will allow them to really simply connect and engage and the investor to find them if they're precise in terms of what they want. The good thing about it is that you told me about the challenge that they have, that investors don't understand the valuation. This is an environment where you have several valuation and other companies that are pre-seed. And when the company are pre-seed here, you will have, like you can see that you have different kind of fundraising, and at pre-seed, you have like 500,000 tickets. You also have some very small, but I think that the very small are more SMEs type. So people can see that if you give them a valuation, the valuation will be coherent compared to the market, because you will have a view in terms of the market.
yeah, awesome. Actually, yeah, I made a mistake. One of the cohort members, his name is Chris Ben. He just joined a little bit late. He's actually raised capital before. Chris, do you want to just introduce yourself? And I know this issue of valuation sits very strongly with you. Maybe just have a chat with Eric about what you do.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Chris.
Hi. Yes, thank you so much, Mokiti, there for the brief intro. Yeah, so my name is Chris. I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. I'm in the e-commerce marketplace field. Yes, I have done private raise within Botswana, but I'm now looking to raise externally. I'm interested in the Axum platform. After this call, I'll definitely be listing through. Valuation has always been a challenge because it depends on which perspective you're looking at it from. I've dealt with a lot of people come with that accounting mentality that look at historical but more of an optimist and future-oriented that I look at the potential. So I don't know about the investor type valuation that's going on Axum, whether it's an accounting based or is it potential based on the market size, because we've tested the grounds, we know what's what, we know where we want to go, what to achieve, we've got the roadmap, the goals, and we know how much is required to get to those goals.
So what I can tell you is that definitely the majority of the companies that are in the platform are equity. So people are looking at the upside. People are looking at the upside. But when you're looking at the upside, I will say that what you'll do, you'll be looking at the information, for example, of what the company is doing. And then you will, and this is why to check the valuation, people, they will have to go to the fact sheet. Also, okay, here I don't have access. I have to check another company where I have access. But if I have access, then I will see how much you ask. I will ask you access to the fact sheet, and I will check and say, okay, is that coherent? You know, is that coherent in terms of future cash flow? And that is actually what people will have the possibility to look at. So you may have some SMEs, but there's very limited number of SMEs that are on the platform. And then so the platform doesn't make a difference of SME or not, but they give a view very quickly in terms of why the valuation you're writing does make sense. And that's what we're trying to do to show that there's a connection between the valuation and the value generated by the companies. The other aspect as well is that when you connected with someone from the ecosystem, you also have someone from the ecosystem who can defend the valuation that you're proposing and say, okay, you have to look at it like this. And in that context, you see that the valuation is there. Because what we're trying to do is not to let the investor alone on the platform, so that basically we can steer him into making a easier decision. That's basically the idea. But let me know, how much are you raising, Chris?
We're looking at least $250,000.
Okay. So, and how much revenue do you have?
We are currently pulling in $100,000 every year.
Okay. So I think that normally, so normally you will be just tell me, how much valuation are you looking at for yourself? What's your view?
You mean personally?
What do you think the valuation of your company is?
Like I said, it depends on the viewpoint, whether it's historical or we're looking at the future.
Future cash flow. Let's talk about future cash flow.
Yeah, so I think this is a 100 million puller business, to be honest, a 10 million business.
So $10 million.
Yes.
Okay. So
that's the way I see it anyway.
Yes, I understood.
It's subjective, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, who's not? So it's not. So so you have you see 250,000. You have a value. You looking at the valuation of 10 million. So the valuation. So from my point of view, because you have already 100K per year. Do you maintain those 100K? It's regular or not?
Can you repeat that?
Is recurrent revenue, or you have some? It's not really recurrent revenue, but in total you made 100K. Okay,
recurring as in subscription type model?
No, as in that you have your business generate revenue. Your client are consistent. It's more in that sense.
Oh, 100%, yes.
Okay, so meaning that you have recurrent revenue. Okay, yes. If you have recurrent revenue, at the stage where you are, you could fundraise more, and you will be probably at seed. Okay, you will be probably at seed because I don't know in terms of the governance and the structure that you have in place. I would need to make a faster assessment But if, for example, I have access to your fact sheet, I will be able to tell you, okay, I think that maybe not a 10 million valuation business, but because you do that, you can easily get, okay, I make 100K per year, it's recurrent business. I can consider that I'm like a 2.5 million, 3 million business. And then, and that's also the consistency, you know, when you have a valuation of 10 million, you don't raise 250, you raise more money. So I think that this is also the thing, is that when if you say that you have 10 million, you want to do 10 million, what I would recommend you is either to raise so that people can see that the raise can have an impact on it. Okay. If then you don't raise with, you don't raise significantly for this, then with this valuation, then people will not believe that you have the possibility to change or improve the trajectory of your business. So I would say, I don't know if you already communicated, and I don't know that much well your business, but I would say that the majority of the business, you will see a valuation that will be, I would say, let's say 2-3 million for the numbers that you're doing. And then after, it's just a matter in terms of how you scale, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why people will look at it. And that's why people will want to have your information to know if you have a good chance, and also know if you haven't not undersized your need of capital. Yeah.
Yes. So again, on my side, I think it's best to go stage by stage. So like Mogit was saying, maybe pre-seed or seed capital, and then take it from there. So my question is, does Axum provide access for free, or we have to pay for?
No. This is for free. All this, the data room, the everything is for free. What we do is that what we're trying to do is to raise up the support companies to have structure, because from the moment you're structure, an investor can find you faster, engage with you faster, and the exchange of documents, it's easier. And then you have an infrastructure. And now here with Axum, you have then investor that can quickly, like jump onto the document with your approval and check if it works or not. Does anybody else have a question?
Yeah, actually,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, please.
Yes. Do you have any success stories you could probably share with us of companies having registered into your platform and actually gaining funding?
I don't have any success story. The reason is quite simple, is that at the moment I don't track them. So what we've done is that we have organized and put together some startup and some investors. I know, for example, that we have organized with the French development, French international organization. They've asked us to set an event. We structure the information of Axum. We invite some investors. And then we had, like, I think that more than 33% of them went back with discussion with investors. So that basically what we're trying to do. So number one, we don't have yet a story, because when people fundraise, usually they continue their path. The second element is that it's not for us to say only it's a platform to have access to equity, it's a platform to have access to financing. Meaning that in terms of success story, what I can tell you, what we consider as a success story, is that there will be a free interest loan that will be provided for companies that are on the platform. So they have the possibility to apply. Let me just help Chris. Okay, just stop answering the Chris registrations and Okay, so what we do, we will have access to free interest loan, negotiate with the organization. So that will be available, I think that by beginning of the month. And then we also have other organizations who are proposing program like 200K, 300K, depending like, matching, investment matching. So yeah, so we don't have per se success story, but we have definitely investors and different type of investment opportunity that are available. Does it answer your question, which one?
Yes, thank you. I'll surely register my company under you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. You're welcome. So when you register your company, I think it's one thing that is very, very important is to connect with Africa. You know, it's really like this part is very big because it's a huge value, because when people will see your company, they will see that you are part of a network of Africa. So they will know that you have benefit from the network. And then it will give you more, let's say, it will increase your chance, because they will not be in the stage to say, okay, I'm wondering if that company exists or if that company is performing or, whatever. They will look at the organization that trusts you, and they will leverage on it to trust you as well. So when you register, please do not forget this aspect. Any other questions?
Oh yeah, I don't know if Shine is here.
She was. Oh no, he was. Yes, he's there. He's still there.
Yeah, so Shine is one of our startups that have got current traction now. Mm-hmm. They're actually participating in the Arena one in
Africa Arena, yes.
Yeah. So He's made it through that. So maybe he just wanna ask some few questions, and then we can go to Arabang.
Shine.
Thank you for the opportunity. I don't have a question as such. I just want to comment on saying this is a great platform. I'll definitely follow it up and get more information on it. And at the end of the day, register my startup. I don't have questions at the moment. I'm just satisfied with the information provided. Thank you.
Okay. Then it's perfectly fine. And good luck at the Africa Arena. I think that there's a lot of investors that will be there as well. So that's also it's also a great environment to have the opportunity to close deals.
Thanks.
So there was, so I think.
Oh yeah, Matlodi. I think we lost Matlodi. Matlodi is our favorite startup from South Africa. Yeah. So I see we still have Arabang. Do you wanna say something before we come to a close?
No, I don't have a question. I think Erick should just look forward to having me on his platform.
So I did not get, you have a question, or sorry, because the connection broke up, so I did not hear what you said.
No, I don't have a question.
Okay. Then yeah, so I'll let you register and discover. Do not forget to take with you your certificates of registrations, because it's a platform where we want to have transparency and trust among the different people, so that when you see an investor, you know who he is, and when he sees you, he knows that who he is, and we are actually making sure that this is happening. Where we're discussing with Mutkesil in terms of the different masterclass or investor event that we could organize with the thematic of Botswana, where we will invite investors to discover Botswana ecosystem, and we will present them the company that are on the platform to see there what can happen. The other things as well is that on the platform, you have development programs. So I take, for example, one that asked me to manage their account. They asked me to manage their account. This is a development program. And those development program can also go on the platform. If, for example, they have a program that they want to do in Botswana, then they can also go there and they can also look at different company, and then they can find companies, engage with company, and make a proposal to be part of the program. So that just like you know, it's not only capital, it's also program, and then by connecting with the different hub, you become like a reference for the quality of the hub, and the hub become a reference for you in terms of getting more investors and people to trust you. So, so at the end of the day, I see, Chris Ben, you say no luck on my hand. Do you have a challenge?
The website is just blank now. I don't know what's going on.
It's just, sorry, what?
The website is blank. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay, try to reconnect, because on my side, I'm like, I don't have any issues, and maybe try to reconnect, try to go out, close the page, and restart again. Yeah, but normally there should not be any issue. There should not be an issue. So, and if you want me, you can show me your page, and I can drive you very quickly, because it's because if you register on the wrong space, what you just need to go is log out, log in, and log in as a company, and then start the registration process. Because since your registration process was not validated, you're still in the registration process, and you can start this one on the company. So that thing, that would be that would be it. Okay. Yeah, if we don't have any questions, or if unless Chris needs my help, I think that maybe, Casey, you want to say a last word or something, or we lost him.
Yeah, yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, Eric, for making time this morning. And just to the startups, I think you guys understand this is a marathon. There's no quick fix to it. Probably you need to like speak to like maybe 50 or 100 investors before you get your check. Nobody knows like that there is startups in Botswana. I think this is the message I keep saying. So it's quite important that you spread your fundraise across multiple platforms. And I think the perspective that Eric shared with you is it's always important that you be very structured, right? So I think at preliminary level, with what you have done with us, we assume that you have the capacity to fundraise, but you have to take on this as a full time. Like you literally have to give yourself the time to do it, just the same way you've built your company. That ultimately, you know, the success looks like this. If one of you guys gets the money, it's gonna follow, right? So I think that's the bigger thing with what we want to achieve, and I can assure you that each person or each company or each entity we introduce you to significantly has value in the continent. Like for most of you, you have the privilege to talk to Eric, but I can tell you on an ordinary day, you won't get this chance. You probably talk to 10 people before you get access to him. So please make the best use of what you can of these connections, and just try your best so that you win. Ultimately, the success lies with all of you guys doing 90%. We could only enable, right? So yeah, so thank you for making time. Eric, I think we've made better use of your time. We had booked you for 1 hour, 30 minutes. So it looks like we've only used almost 51 minutes. So thanks a lot for that. Maybe you just give the last word and then we can end the session. And then we'll connect with the platform, obviously.
So, yes, yeah, okay. So, well, I would like just to thank you for facilitating that. You raise a point that is very important, is also to say that people are not thinking at first thought about startup in Botswana, although there is some great startup in Botswana. I definitely believe that it's a good opportunity to be around an environment where there's other startups, so that people can also see you and realize the quality you can have versus others. And also in the same time to be able to engage with more people that will give you feedback, because the feedback will make you move forward. And that's that's one of the things that is very, very, very important. I mean, we are here to help. And so if you have any challenges with the platform or whatsoever, etc., we can try to find someone of our team to support you and help you this. And we'll probably come back to you, and we could see when we organize an investor event, trying to focus on the region, so that we can have investors who are already investing in the region being able to engage with you. So thank you again for your time. And then, yeah, so looking forward to see you on Axum.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot for that. Yeah, just to mention, there is a regional event we're going to run with actual investors. But it won't just be Botswana focused. So if you know that you're actually fundraising, just reach out to me via WhatsApp and I'll add you on the list. So I think this is going to happen quite in the short term. So you'll actually talk to people that will be willing to sign up checks. And so the prerequisite is always, you guys know what you need to submit. So then we'll pick it up from there. And we are part of Axum community. So just have the confidence that whatever we recommend will add value to the work that you're doing. All right.
Yeah. Mukitsi, just one last thing is that I'll try to pass you the link so that they can, a link of the WhatsApp group of Axum community. So every time that something happening, there's an investor event, there is an interesting webinar, etc. Everything's information circulate quite easily, so you can share with your startup, and they can join and they can benefit also for this, for the other part that I have not presented today.
All right. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Eric.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Take care. Bye bye.
All right. Thanks, guys.